was just this Christmas when that went by and things were getting busy. I had started buying presents for the family. I just finished shopping, but I still need to grab a present for my little cousin. She's not very hard to shop for since she's 4. She likes things like Peppa Pig and My Little Pony. And I say like for a reason, Max and Ruby. So I decided to go look for a present. I figured out something like a Max and Ruby DVD would have been perfect. She since liked to watch them on a daily basis. However, Christmas meant that most online DVDs were sold out in most places. I went to look out at eBay as well, but I figured I could not trust the conditions the DVDs would be in, so I had stuck in a rough for a while until that package arrived. I was home, still scrolling for a stupid DVD, until I heard of a sound something being pushed under my litter box. I got a hold of it before my dog did, and looked into the package. It seemed to wrap fairly badly, with what looked like grease marks and stains on it. Naturally, like anyone could, I decided to open the package. Inside was something that I couldn't really explain. It was the Max and Ruby DVD, but I had not seen one like it online. It was like some little kid had drawn to the front cover with the markers. The title was just Max and Ruby, but looks like a poorly drawn illustration of Max and Ruby on the front. There were no names or anything, but the back had the list of 4 episodes, all with blood titles. Episode 0001, Episode 0002, Episode 0003, and Episode 0004. I gave the DVD a watch over, and my surprise was all the episodes were all perfect quality. It seemed to have no laws, like as if it was a real DVD, just with a homemade cover. The only thing I thought was odd was the episode selection screen. The episode has names, but they were all called Max and Ruby 1, with the numbers being changed as it was listed on the list. The natural selection screen was just a plain white screen with black text with the episode list and nothing else. After giving much thought, I decided to change the cover to something a little nicer by printing out a DVD cover that I found on Google and tracked down the names of the episodes and they were labeled. I thought the episode list alone, but I figured out my self-explanatory. Christmas went by and things were fine. I gave my little cousin her DVD and she was happy all through Christmas. But that was only because she hadn't watched it yet. Unboxing day. My family has gone for a meal and left me to babysit my cousin. I was too bothered to be left her alone. I figured it's a good time to put on the DVD for her. I had put the DVD in her while she let it play. While I was in the kitchen eating my dinner, where I could hear, she watched episodes 1 to 3 so far. I just finished up my noodles until I heard my cousin scream for the other room. Dropping everything, I ran to the living room on the floor screaming. I looked at the TV and I felt my heart was in my throat. What caught the glimpse was the most disturbing thing I ever seen. It appeared to be a frame of Max and Ruby sitting next to the cover. In complete darkness. But what was horrible is their lack of faces. They had lost their nose and mouths apparently, and their eyes were replaced with big hollow holes. The colors were disgusting blood red, yet there were a faint static on the background. The sound was replaced to be what sounded like the Max and Ruby theme song playing backwards, with a faint sound of static in the mix of all. It has to be one of the most disturbing thing that I ever saw. I just about 20 seconds, the screen went to black and the DVD turned off. Which alone was weird because DVDs don't turn them off themselves. I was able to calm my cousin down and tell her that it was not real and she got a nightmare. However, I knew in my mind it was completely real. My parents rugged me up and told me they would be out all night. That this would be the great opportunity to check out this DVD by myself. I did not mention to them as soon as the hang-up I grabbed the DVD and stuck it in my laptop. As it loaded, I noticed that episode 0004 had been replaced with Rest in Peace, Mommy and Daddy, which sent a deep chill down my back. Since my cousin was now asleep, I plugged my earbuds so he could sleep without hearing anything. Normally an episode of Max and Ruby would have 3 short stories. That this one only have 1. It started out quite lighthearted. Max and Ruby were playing tag in their garden, and their parents watching them play. However, something was off. The sound was playing in reverse, and the parents' faces were like a sadness. The full grain became pleasant, which grew worse and worse every second I paid to the mother and father. And in deep sorrow, the father spoke. "It's such a shame," he sighed. Then it cut to a short sound of static and a large scream, followed by the sound of 2 people choking while the mother and father mumbled to each other in the background. It was impossible to understand them. Their sounds were so realistic, I felt most physically sick. The screen cut to white for a split second. Then the scene transitions over to Max and Ruby in front of a tombstone that labeled "Rest in Peace, Mommy and Daddy." The 2 of them has no faces. At this point, there was no sound, apart from the faint static. This scene remained for about a minute and a half, and cutting away to black. In case to see it again, we shall now show Max and Ruby sitting in Ruby's room while the separate whispering became apart grew louder over time. Both of them were sobbing uncontrollably, while transported clips of murder playing reverse flashed on the screen. The father pulled a knife out of his back. I pick up a bloody axe and hacks away the corpse of the mother before she comes back to downstairs. By the point the whispering became louder and more the whisper's voice started to disappear. By every second, it calmed down to one voice. It was a rather angry woman's voice who screamed, "Burn in hell!" I was horrified. This scene changed to be more to the most disgusting yet saddest scene I have ever witnessed. It showed Max sitting in his room. He was standing on a chair with the noose hanging in the ceiling. He had bought it around his neck. The scene faded to black as the static got louder. Almost instantly, it cut to Ruby walking in on her brother. She let out a gut-twisting scream. The camera panned on her face and the sound of the chair being kicked at the same choking from before it began to play. The picture of Ruby's face stayed on the screen for a good 5 minutes. This time her eyes have returned as the same gaping holes. Ruby then started crying. As before, there were no other erasable features. The static slowly became louder and drowned out of her sound of her cries. The scene cut to black with a loud static with return. Ruby was sitting on her own. in the garden by two gravestones. One was labeled "Rest in Peace, Mommy and Daddy," and the other "Rest in Peace, Brother." She began starting to look at the camera with glowing blue purples, then speak to me. "Well, whoever's watching this is because you never watch any of me and my brother's episodes. So one of these days, you will regret this." The screen had faded to black afterwards. At this point, I already was feeling sick and shaken. The episode seemed to come to an end. Then, the next movie theme song playing slowly in reverse. I was about to check the DVD when the same image came up like it did on the TV. This time, there was text on the dude rabbits that said, "Death is our only release." There were no credits or anything else. It stayed like this for a few seconds before the DVD popped out of my laptop. I sat there, trying to comprehend what the hell just happened. It with my shock and fear. I made the stupid decision to break the DVD up as much as I could before leaving the house, shoving the pieces down the drain. Thankfully, I kept a few screenshots and saved them to my laptop. The next couple of days I thought to pass the unusual happening. I have a few nightmares about the DVD, but luckily that was all. My cousin was back home along with the rest of the family. It was late at night, and my parents had gone out for dinner, leaving me to watch TV. I heard it sounded like someone posting something through my door. At this point, the DVD I left on mine, and I had never told anyone. However, the gold cut black when I looked down at that letter in front of me with a misty fold up as it read, "Death is our only release."
Death is our only release.